David was married to Juliet, and they had 2 children and were expecting a third as his wife was months pregnant. They seemed like a happy family from the outside, but things were about to take a horrific turn. Vanessa was a friend of Juliet, but Vanessa wanted what Juliet had. Vanessa was extremely jealous of her happy home, and she wanted David for herself. David worked hard to provide for his wife and children. He was doing well at his place of work. Vanessa concocted a plan to seduce David. She would frequently visit David while he was at work, and David grew weaker in resisting her temptations. Vanessa started to fill David's head with fantasies of how they could be together, and she could make him happier than what he has with Juliet. She was slowly getting into David's head. David started to grow apart from his wife and kids. He was getting obsessed thinking about Vanessa. The home was no longer the happy place it used to be. All David could think about was the fantasy he could have with Vanessa. The affair grew stronger, and David could no longer control his emotions. It was like Vanessa had charmed his mind. Vanessa told David, "I want you all to myself. I don't like to share." She told David to get rid of his family and start a new life with her. David was no longer the man he used to be at home. He had lost his feelings for Juliet, and the home became toxic. He made up his mind to get rid of his family and start a new life with Vanessa. Unknown to David, Vanessa was a player and a gold digger. David was not the only victim in her world of manipulation and lies. She enjoyed having control over men and getting all her needs taken care of by men. On a fateful night, David made up his mind to end the lives of his family so he can be with Vanessa. He got high on alcohol so he could be able to carry out the evil act. He went into their rooms while they were fast asleep, and with a pillow, he suffocated them one by one. David ended the lives of his pregnant wife and 2 children. David was overwhelmed with emotions after killing his children and his pregnant wife, but he was at the point of no return. He decided to get rid of their bodies, so he put them in different bags and loaded them into his car. He also took a shovel so he could be able to bury them far away from home. Unknown to David, someone had witnessed him carrying the suspicious items and a shovel and called the police to inform them about the suspicious man. David drove to the burial site, his eyes filled with horror over what he had done. The police were able to catch up with David on his way, and with the tip they got, they searched his trunk and found the bodies of his pregnant wife and 2 children. David was arrested. At this point, he knew his life was over. He confessed to killing his wife and children because of Vanessa. Vanessa was interviewed by the police, but she denied knowing anything about David's plan to murder his entire family. They were taken to court, and Vanessa was set free because there was no evidence to show her involvement in the murder case. David, on the other hand, was sentenced to life in prison. He would spend the rest of his life wasted behind bars. A man who had it all, a good job and a happy home with a bright future, threw it all away for a woman. Vanessa moved on with another man, as David was set to spend the rest of his life behind bars. While in prison, David wrote his experience and shared it to the world, warning men not to fall for the temptation he had fallen into. But David would forever be haunted by the thoughts of the lives he took, his pregnant wife, and 2 children. This is the case of David, who murdered his family for a woman. If you enjoyed this content, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification icon so you get notified whenever there's a new video. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you for watching. It's story time with Toby.